Assalamu alaikum. Hola a todos. ¿Cómo están ustedes? How are you all? Espero que, I hope, todos estén bien. I hope you all are well. Today, firstly, earlier, I think sometime last week, I sent a message on the group saying that I made a mistake with gustar. I thought I left something out, but it turns out I actually mentioned it in our last lesson. So don't worry about that. So for today, what I have planned is distance. So basically saying here, there, or over there, as well as some adjectives. So let's get into it. Okay, can you all see my screen? Okay, I'm going to assume everything is fine. So, número 15 or number 15, distancia, which means distance. Over here we have many nouns. We are going to use some of these. So let's just read over these now so you can get used to how these are pronounced. So first noun, we are going from left to right, is bolígrafo, which is a pen. Bolígrafo, pen. Then we have dinero, dinero, which is money. Agua, I'm sure a few of you are familiar with this word. Agua is water. Next we have pan. Pan, this means bread. Luna, luna is moon. Playa, playa is beach. Next we have gente. Gente, this means people. Our next word is lavadora. Lavadora, that's a washing machine. Coche, you'll see this word often in our exercises. This is car, coche. Our next word is missing an accent over the O. I'll just edit that. Corazón, so our accent goes over the O that comes after the Z. Just note that. Corazón, that's a heart. Next we have libro, that's a book. Libro. After libro, we have perro. Perro. A perro is a dog, which I'm sure you've heard of in our previous lessons. Our next word is also missing an accent over the O. I will fix that and send you the correct PowerPoint. Razón. Razón, that's reason. Next we have mesa. Mesa. A mesa is a table. I'm sure many of you are familiar with this word as well. Casa is a house, or maybe the phrase mi casa, su casa, my house, your house. Casa is house. Next to house, we have silla. Silla. A silla, una silla is a chair. Then we have leche, which is milk. Leche is milk. Clavo. Clavo is key. Móvil is phone. Móvil. Un bolso. Bolso is a handbag. I'm not sure if you can see these ones at the bottom here. So just quickly. Oh, great. Okay. So we have comida over here. Comida is food. Then we have verdad. Verdad, which is truth. Mujer, you'll also see this word often in our lesson today. Mujer is a woman. And then we have chica. Chica is a girl. So each row is either masculine or feminine. Our first row is full of masculine nouns. Our second row is full of feminine nouns. Our third row, masculine. Fourth row, feminine. Fifth row, masculine. And our sixth row is feminine. I split them this way just to make it a bit easier to distinguish between the two. So all our odd numbers, masculine, even numbers are feminine today. So here we have a few words. On the left-hand side, you'll see near, far, and really far. These aren't the meanings of these words. These just indicate when you'll use these words. So these words actually mean this, that, these, and those. So these words over here will be used with masculine nouns like coche, dinero, and leche. So if we say este, okay, let's look at singular first. If we use este, we will use that for nouns that are near us. So this is my phone. I hope you can see the video. Phone, as we saw, is móvil. The móvil is very close to me. So I would say this phone in English. This phone. In Spanish, it would be este móvil. Este móvil. If I put my phone over here, I hope you can see this. It's not as close as it was earlier. So it's a little far away from me. We would say ese móvil, that phone. Ese móvil, that phone. If I put the phone really far away and I want to say that phone over there, I would say aquel móvil. So este móvil, this phone. Ese móvil, that phone. Aquel móvil, that phone over there. If we had many phones and these phones were near to us, we would say these phones in English. So these phones in Spanish would be estos móviles. Estos móviles. If the phones were fairly far away from us and we wanted to say those phones, we would say esos. Esos móviles. Those phones. Esos móviles. So this can be a little tricky to remember, estos and esos, but this has a T. This takes the T in Spanish, and that, which has a T in English, does not take the T in Spanish. It's a little bit confusing, but hopefully after we repeat these a few times, you'll get used to them. And our final word is aquellos. So if these phones are really far away, we want to say those phones way over there, we would say aquellos móviles. Aquellos móviles. So remember, for singular, we use E endings, and for plural, we use OS endings. So that's something that's a bit different to our usual singular and plural words. Usually they would end in an O and then we just add an S. Remember, for this, these, and that, those, and then aquel and aquellos, which don't really have English translations. Singular gets an E, plural gets an OS, but this is for masculine only. Let's look at the feminine nouns. Feminine nouns would get A's, so this is normal. If we had Let's say casa, for example, a house. If we had a house that's quite near to us and we wanted to say this house, we would say esta casa, esta casa. If the house is a bit further away and we want to say that house, we would say esa casa, esa casa. If the house is quite some distance away from us, it's quite far away, and we wanted to say that house over there, we would say aquella casa, aquella casa. Now, what if there are many houses? Then we would say estas casas for these houses, esas casas for those houses, and aquellas casas for those houses way over there. You might think, oh, these two words look familiar over here, esta and estas. It might look similar to our verb estar conjugated in second person and third person. So, tú estás and él está, but those está and estas have accents over the A's. Over here, there are no accents. So just remember, está and estas without accents indicate this and these, and está and estas with accents indicate you are, or he is, she is, and then you formal is, are, but it uses the same is verb. Okay, so we have algunos coches, some cars. We have 3 cars over here and a man. Our first car, the blue car, is fairly close to the man. Our second car, the white car, is some distance away from the man. And then this red car over here is quite far away from our man. So if we want to say, this is a blue car, we would say, este coche es azul. This car is blue. This car is close. And remember over here, we said if something is near and singular, we use este. So to say this car is blue, we say este coche es azul. We have another car over here, the white one. As I said earlier, it's quite some distance away from the man. It's not that far away. So we will say that car is white. That car is white is ese coche es blanco. That is ese coche, car, es blanco is white. That car is white. Ese coche es blanco. Now let's move on to our red car. That's quite some distance away, very far away from the man. So that red car over there would be aquel coche es rojo. That car that's really far away is red. Aquel coche es rojo. Now let's look at some feminine nouns. We have a whole lot of women on our road. So our first woman is very close to this man. Our next woman is quite some distance away from our man. And these 3 women at the back are quite far away from the man. So first one, we are talking about hair color in this example. So as you can see, this one has red hair. We have some with blonde hair and 3 women over here who all have brown hair. So we have a redhead, blonde, and 3 brunettes. So first person is our redhead. Let's see. It says this woman is Oh, this woman has red hair. This woman is a redhead. Esta mujer es pelirroja. Esta mujer, this woman, es pelirroja. Now we have our blonde woman. So singular and female, this is going to be esa. Esa mujer es rubia. This woman is blonde. Esa mujer, that woman is blonde. Esa is that, esta is this. That woman is blonde. Esa mujer es rubia. Now let's look at our three women. So this is plural, who are quite some distance away from the man. They are quite far away from him. Here we would use aquellas. Aquellas mujeres son morenas. Those women over there are brunettes. Those women way over there, quite far away from the man, aquellas mujeres. So let's look at this again. For singular, okay, let's look at the masculine first. If something is really far away, we would use aquel. And then when it's plural, we change to aquellos. Feminine, it's aquella. So not aquel or aquella, it's aquella. And aquella becomes aquellas in plural form. So masculine and singular is the only one that doesn't have a double L or y sound. This one just ends in an L. Okay. So we saw some objects that were quite far away from the man and others that were quite near the man. So to describe something as being near or far, we would use cerca de o lejos de. Cerca de, lejos de. So de is a preposition. It means of, but in this case, we would use it as to. So in English, we say close to or far away from, far from, I guess. Over here, we just use de. The word to is usually a, and from is usually de, but over here, when saying near to, we will use de instead of a. So let's look at our woman again. Okay, this woman is close to the man. So, ella está cerca del hombre. Let's break that up. Ella is she. Está, because we are talking about place or distance, we're not going to use ser, we're going to use estar, and we will conjugate it in third person singular. Ella está, she is. We looked at cerca de, which is near to. Ella está cerca de, she is near to. But now, we don't say cerca de el hombre, hombre is man. We combine the two because de ends in an E and el starts with an E. So to make things a bit simpler, instead of saying de el hombre, we combine them and it becomes del hombre. De plus el is del. So ella está cerca del hombre. She is close to the man. Now these women are far away from this man. So ellas instead of ella, because we have many females, it becomes ellas. Ellas están, third person plural, ellas están lejos del hombre. So lejos de, far away from, far from. Del, because we are combining de and el meaning the, and our final word, hombre, which means man. Ellas están lejos del hombre. They are far away from the man. Okay. Let's look at these cars. We have a car that's very close to the man and a car that's very far from the man. So this car is close to the man. We will say, remember, this car is close to the man. So we will say, este coche está cerca del hombre. Este coche, this car, está, is cerca del hombre, near to the man or close to the man. Now let's look at our car that's far away from the man. So we could use aquel, or we could use ese. I will use ese in this example. So ese coche rojo, that red car, ese coche rojo, that red car, está lejos del hombre. Está lejos del hombre. So, ese coche rojo o ese coche está lejos del hombre. That car or that red car is far away from the man. We've added some cars here. Now I want to talk about these cars and those cars. So let's group this blue and white one together and this red and white one together. So if we want to say these cars are close to the man, we would say estes. Sorry, not estes, estos. Estos coches están, because it's plural, third person and plural, están cerca del hombre. Estos coches están cerca del hombre. These cars, estos coches, están cerca del hombre, are close to the man. So we didn't change cerca and make it cercas. We left it as cerca. Let's look at these cars over here. Let's make them esos instead of aquellos. Esos coches, those cars, esos coches, those cars, están lejos del hombre. Esos coches están lejos del hombre. Those cars are far from the man. It's some feminine nouns. So we have two women. Our first woman is close to the man. Esta mujer, this woman, because she's very close to him, this woman, esta mujer está cerca del hombre. This woman is close to the man. What about that woman? Esa mujer está lejos del hombre. That woman, esa mujer, is far away from the man. Está lejos del hombre. Now we've added a few women. We have these women who are very close to the man and those women who are far away from the man. These women, estas mujeres, so mujer becomes mujeres. Estas mujeres están cerca del hombre. Estas mujeres están cerca del hombre. These women are close to the man. Now we have those women over there in the purple dresses. Those women, esas mujeres, están lejos del hombre. Those women are far from the man. Esas mujeres, those women, están lejos del hombre. Están lejos del hombre, are far away from the man. Now we have another man over here, and we have 3 cars. And we also have 3 words above these cars. These words mean here or there. And we will distinguish the cars from each other or the distance of the cars by using the little man over here. So the car closest to him will be this car. The car in the middle will be that car, and the car furthest away from the man, like right over there, that red car will be that car over there. So we have what do we have? We have este coche, we have ese coche, and aquel coche. This car, and that car way over there. So this car would be here, right? Because it's close to us, it's right by us, so it's right here. So we use aquí to describe the car. So the car is here. El coche está aquí. This car is here. Este coche está aquí. Next we have the other car, which is over there. For this we use ahí. Remember that H is silent, so not ahí, ahí. So that car is there, that car is there. Ese coche, that car is there, está ahí. That car is there. Ese coche está ahí. Our final one sounds very similar. This one is allí. Aquel coche está allí. That car over there is way over there. Aquel coche está allí. If we have multiple cars that are here, we don't change aquí at all. It doesn't become aquís. Aquí stays the same whether you have one thing or many things. Same with ahí. If we have 2 cars over here, 2 white cars, it would still stay ahí. We would only change that car to those cars and está to están. Ahí is the same. It will always remain ahí, whether there's one car or whether we have many cars. And then aquí, ahí, and ahí are also used with feminine nouns. So you could look at the woman as well and say, esta mujer está aquí. This woman is here. Esa mujer está ahí. That woman is there. Aquella mujer está ahí. That woman over there is way over there. Okay, now I hope you have a good grasp of that. If we have some time after the lesson or in the last few minutes of the lesson, there's an activity I would like to do about esa, esta, aquella, aquellos, estos, esos. But if we don't get to that, then I will send that on the group and you can complete that whenever you have time. So now let's look at some adjectives, and not our common adjectives like happy or sad or red, blue, the ones we use every day. Actually, we use these every day, but it might not occur to all of us that these are actually adjectives. So the ones I want to look at are in the second column and the third column. So you'll recognize these words on the left. We use these pretty often. We have yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, vosotros, ellos, ellas, and ustedes. But next to these, we have some other ones that maybe some of us haven't heard of before. We have mi and mis, tú and tus, su and sus, su and sus, su and sus, nuestro, nuestra, nuestros, and nuestras. Then we have vuestro, vuestra, vuestros, and vuestras. Then we have su and sus, su and sus, su and sus. So these mean, actually first, I separated singular, plural, and then masculine and feminine. So you'll see we have me and then an slash and an S. So mi and mis, with mi being singular, mis being plural. And over here we have nuestro and vuestro. Those are masculine and singular. If we make it nuestra and vuestra, it becomes feminine and singular. Nuestros, vuestros, masculine and plural. Nuestras, vuestras, feminine and plural. Okay. Yeah, that's out of the way. These indicate possession. Mi casa es su casa. I'm sure some of you have heard of that phrase before. My house is your house. Or basically, make yourself at home. So, mi casa means my house. Su casa means your house. So let's pair this up with a feminine and plural noun, casas. Actually, let's take one from our list. Comida, food. Actually, let's go with washing machines. Lavadoras. Mis lavadoras, my washing machines. Tus lavadoras, your washing machines. Sus lavadoras, that can mean his washing machine, his washing machines, her washing machines, or your washing machines. So these first three did not have any masculine or feminine change, only singular and plural. The only ones that really have a masculine or feminine change would be nuestro and vuestro. Otherwise, the rest will only change if our noun is singular or plural. So, nuestras lavadoras, our washing machines, vuestras, no, vuestras lavadoras, your washing machines. Sus lavadoras could mean their washing machines or your washing machines. Let's look at a masculine plural noun. We had libros. Actually, let's make it masculine singular. Libro. My book, mi libro. Your book, tu libro. His, her, or your book, su libro. Our book is nuestro libro. Your book, vuestro libro. Their book or your book, su libro. I hope that one makes sense. The next one is a little bit more complicated. All of these have masculine, feminine, singular, and plural versions. So our first one is mío, which is mine. Tuyo, yours. Suyo, his, hers, or yours. Nuestro is ours. Vuestro is yours. And then suyo again is could be theirs or yours. So let's use a nice easy noun like perro, dog, and pair it up with these adjectives. El perro mío, my dog. El perro tuyo, your dog. So our little formula is noun plus adjective. El perro, the dog. Suyo, his dog. El perro suyo, his dog. El perro suyo. Oh, okay. Okay, yes. El perro suyo for his, hers, and yours. El perro nuestro, our dog. El perro vuestro, your dog. El perro suyo, and then we have ellos, ellas, ustedes over there. We can use these in another way. We can say el perro es lo mío. The dog is mine. But let's look at that at a later stage when we learn about lo, le, and la. These are also not really types of pronouns, but these we call direct objects and indirect objects. But that topic's a little bit complicated. Okay, we have some more adjectives that don't really sound like adjectives initially. We have bastante, which is enough, demasiado, demasiada, demasiados, demasiadas. I'm sure you're used to this little method I have of separating the o, a, os, and as. So now you should know that o is masculine singular, a feminine singular, os masculine plural, as feminine and plural. So whenever you see that, just remember that we change the ending depending on the gender and quantity, because that will come up in a few other words as well. So to avoid repetition, just keep that in mind. So demasiado or demasiada, demasiados, demasiadas could be too much or too many. Then we have poco, poca, pocos, pocas, which means a little or a few. Un poco de is a bit of. Let me explain this one over here. We have algún, and then when it becomes feminine and singular, masculine and plural, or feminine and plural, we get rid of this accent. So algún will become alguna for feminine and singular, algunos for masculine and plural, and algunas for feminine and plural. So this means some. Then we have algo de, which also means some or some of, a bit of. And we have mucho, mucha, muchos, muchas, which means a lot, like muchas gracias. I'm sure you've heard that phrase before, muchas gracias. Thanks a lot, thank you very much, muchas gracias. Then we have muy, which means very. So here we have el bolso, handbag. El bolso es caro, the bag is expensive. El bolso es bonito, the bag is pretty. These are some adjectives we can use with this bag. This is my bag. So this, remember, it's masculine in this case. This is este. Este es mi bolso. This is my bag. Here's another adjective we just saw. Add some more bags, we can use the other adjective. We have a few bags. Son mis bolsos. These are my bags. Mis, because we have many bolsos, so mis bolsos. What if I want to say we have a few bags? So let's see over here. Tenemos algunos bolsos. We have some bags. I think we have enough bags. Tenemos bastante bolsos. We have enough bags. Let's add a few more bags. Okay, now I think we have too many bags. Tenemos demasiados bolsos. We have demasiados, too many, and bolsos, bags. Tenemos demasiados bolsos. So I hope everyone is starting to get the hang of this. Just let me know in the chat if that's okay, if you want me to go over this example again before we go on to the next one. It's over here. Okay, is everyone okay with this example? Okay, we don't have any no's, so I'm going to assume everyone is fine. We have a yes. Okay, that's great. Let's look at our next slide. Okay, la comida, the food. La comida es delicioso. The food is delicious. La comida, actually es mi comida. It's my food. Es nuestra comida. It's our food. Nuestra comida. It's our food. Esa comida. That food. Es la nuestra. Is ours. Es nuestra comida. It's our food. Let's add some more food. Es bastante comida para mí. It's enough food for me. But there are many of us here, so this food is too little. There's too little food for all of us. So let's take a look. What is too little? Hay poca comida, or hay un poco de comida. So there's a little food, or there's only a bit of food. No es bastante. It's not enough. Para nosotros, for us. Let's add a bit more food. Okay, now we have a lot of food. But I think this food is a bit too much for all of us. So we are going to say, hay demasiada comida. There's too much food. There is hay demasiada, too much comida, food. Hay demasiada comida. See if we can use a different word, since we have many over here. Hay mucha comida. There's a lot of food. Hay mucha comida. The food is very delicious. La comida es muy delicioso. I think we have used all of these words now. Oh, except for algo de. Let's see what we have. Tenemos verduras. We have vegetables. Tenemos algo de ensalada. We have some salad. Okay, so that's the end of the slides. Now we can go on to our activity. So I hope everyone's okay with that. The whole masculine, feminine, plural, and singular thing. Maybe let's look at some of our words that we had earlier and mix them up with these bastante, demasiado, muy, mucho, algo de, etc. It's like gente, people. So we might think, okay, there are many people. Let's make this plural. Gente is singular, like familia. So in English, you would say the people are happy. But in Spanish, you would say the people is happy. With family in English, we say, my family is happy. And then in Spanish, that stays the same. My family is happy. So in Spanish, whenever we have groups, we would usually use singular verbs. So, and the singular, the collective nouns would be singular. So gente is singular. There are many people. Hay mucha gente. There are too many people. Hay demasiada gente. There's enough people. There are enough people. Hay bastante gente. Bastante, enough. Hay poca gente. It's only a few people. What else can we take? How about money? Dinero. Tengo un poco de dinero. Tengo un poco de dinero. I have a bit of money. Tengo demasiado dinero. I have too much money. Tengo bastante dinero. I have enough money. Let's take a word and make it plural, like silla. To make this plural, it would become sillas. Hay demasiadas sillas. There are too many chairs. Hay bastantes sillas. There are enough chairs. Tenemos algunas sillas. We have some chairs. How about móvil? We looked at this earlier. Móvil. Tenemos un móvil. We have a phone. Tenemos muchos móviles. We have many phones. Ese móvil, that phone, ese móvil es negro. That phone is black. Este móvil es negro. This phone, este móvil, is black. That phone over there is black. Aquel móvil es negro. Aquel móvil es muy barato. That phone over there is very cheap. Barato means cheap. Aquel móvil, that phone over there, es very barato, cheap. Let's take the girl, la chica. La chica es muy alta. Muy, very alta, tall. The girl is very tall. Hay demasiadas chicas. There are too many girls. Hay algunas chicas. There are some girls. Okay, let's get on to this activity for a bit more practice. If you'd like, you can type the answer in the comments and then I'll take a look at those. and we can decide on an answer together. Okay, so this is our activity. This is quite a nice website for conjugation and grammar topics. So I will send this in the group later on. Feel free to explore. The website's quite nice, and you could also do some of the activities. Many of these activities cover things that we have already gone over, so it's quite nice for revision. And also, it's quite a nice translator. So much better than Google Translate. So if you need a translator, then this is definitely something you should go to, because it gives you the meanings of the words and how it can be used in different contexts. So I recommend this website. It's called Spanish Dict, as in dictionary. So let's get started. I'll also send you this activity so you can practice this one later on if we don't get to finish it. There are a few activities, so we'll do as many as we can within the next few minutes. We have a little video. I'm going to play it, and then you can decide what the correct answer is. So we just have to fill in the word ese or esa. So remember, ese means that, and it's masculine and singular, and esa means that, and it's feminine and singular. So let's see what they have to say, and then we will choose which one they say in the video. Okay. Voy a abrir esa ventana. Aquí hace mucho calor. I'm going to open that window. Here, aquí, hace mucho calor. It's very hot in here. So we all heard esa, right? If you did, that's correct. Okay, so it tells us these pants. He likes these pants a lot. But they don't fit him, pero ya no me quedan. But now they don't fit me. Así que voy a donarlos. So I'm going to donate them. So these is plural. So let's see, which one of these is plural? Esta o estos. So we choose the one that ends in an S for plural. So perfect. Someone said estos. That's great. Estos pantalones. So this man is telling him to put the pants in a box. So he is saying, so we know we have esta and estos here. So he has to be referring to this box, but is the box feminine and singular, or is it masculine and plural? So if we look at the word caja, we see it ends in an A, and there's no S at the end, so it's probably not plural, and it's probably not masculine either. So I think it's safe to say the answer is esta. Ponlos en esta caja, put them in this box. And we're correct. He said that pretty quickly. Something es para la ropa que donaremos. So something is for, es para la ropa, the clothes, que donaremos, that we will donate. So here it gives us a clue. It says fill in the blank with the correct demonstrative pronoun that refers to la caja. So what would refer to la caja, which is clearly feminine? We have a la at the beginning. Will it be esta or este? Okay, someone replied with esta. That is correct. Esta. Okay. Now we have that one. So here we need to think. We have esa and esta. Which one means this and which one means that? So it's kind of the opposite in Spanish. So that doesn't have a T sound in Spanish, but this has a T sound in Spanish. So this is esta, that is esa. So in this case, we will choose esa. Okay. Here we had to listen. I hope we can play this again so you can hear his pronunciation. So we didn't hear a clear L sound. We heard a sh sound. You might be thinking, but where do we find this word that has a sh sound? Well, in some areas, in some countries, they don't say aquella, they say aquella. They might not say pollo, maybe pollo. I'm actually not sure because I haven't learned this dialect of Spanish. In the Spanish we are learning, we would say aquella. But this man is from a place where they would say aquella, where the L sound becomes a sh sound. So the answer is aquella. This one might have been a bit tricky because of the pronunciation. Oh, and our sentence means, and that one over there is for the old and torn clothes that we are going to throw away, throw in the trash. So, aquella. Okay, so he is saying this jacket is new, but I don't like it. This jacket. So chaqueta looks feminine. It ends in an A, and it looks singular because we don't have an S at the end, but we know it's singular because it says está. So this, remember in Spanish it gets a T, because there's no T sound in English, it will get a T in Spanish. Someone gave us the correct answer. Well done, esta. Now we have a conversation. Let's replay this. Okay. So I like this jacket. Can I try it on? ¿Me la puedo quedar yo? And then the other man says, por supuesto, of course. So I hope you heard that one. He said, esa. This one is easy. We don't have to look at masculine or feminine. We just have to look at singular or plural. Here it shows us these, and guantes ends in an S, so it's plural. So, estos. Zapatos. Zapatos is masculine because we have an O. So I think it's safe to say our answer is esos zapatos. Did you hear that one? Los cambié por estos. Okay, remember we saw aquí, ahí, and allí. Allá is basically like allí, spelled with two L's. So that one way over there. So because we are talking about something way over there, it's very far away, we're not going to use estos, we will use aquellos. So allá is another regional thing, like you heard him say allá and aquello, aquellos or aquellas. I can't remember what is in the previous example. But he had the sh sound. So this allá is used in a different area. The dialect we are learning uses allí, aquellos. So we are almost finished with activity. Let's just complete it. So we are referring to la camiseta. So let's look at what it means. I still use it. I still use these, but not every day. In which box does this go? So this, remember what this is? Esta. But oh yes, this is esta. Okay, aquella o aquel. Caja is feminine, so aquella. Okay, these. So remember, these goes with this. This doesn't have a T in English, so it will have a D in Spanish. So camisa is singular, and here we have a singular and plural word. So we want to match the word with camisa in terms of gender and number. So because camisa is singular, let's use esta. So he is saying, these shoes definitely need to go, or definitely go in the trash. So zapatillas, plural and feminine. Both of these are plural, but estas is feminine. So let's go estas. And we got all of those correct. Well done, everyone. Thank you for your answers. Muchas gracias. I will send you this link later tonight or tomorrow, inshallah. But for now, buenas noches y hasta el miércoles. Adiós. Assalamu